All right, hello. Yeah. My village is so impressed with my Port Laureate. I got 2 likes on the village Facebook page, and one was my daughter. Anyway, thank you. I'm going to read this book is called Over 1800 Years in the Making because I've been able to trace my family tree back actually further than that, but really up to that point. Um, I'm going to do a selection of poems with that, starting with the first one. And this one's called Collector of Words. I can bring it over. Make it bigger. There we go. I am a word collector, a collector of words from the ones most common to others quite absurd. I put them down on paper and file and jots and notes and lines and in my thoughts. It's not a haiku, epitaph, or prose. It's my decision where each word goes. Lyrical, sonnet, concrete, or ekphrastic, verbally or orally, all of it fantastic. It's not a villanelle, tanka, or rhyme, just a collection of words, sometimes in order and not in other times. Alliteration of literacy, but that's my choice. A limerick, cinquain, an ode, I think I will pass. It's not quite my voice. Bordering close to the margin, the font doesn't matter, from the first to the last. A ghazal or an epic, one line or two, epigram, acrostic, pen black or blue. I'm collecting some words. How about you? Sonnet, verse, free or blank? I'm storing the words in a secure word bank. Pantoum and others, write it all down. Save it, store it, never ignore it. Big up the long ones, verbose or verboten. I'll not come up short. Some words long forgotten, nouns, adverbs, adjectives, and more, pronouns, prepositions, interjections for sure. Stop, stop. Now I'm just listening. Do I sense offensiveness? Anyway, thanks for your support. I will keep on collecting. I will not abort. I am a word collector, a collector of words. Thank you. Last year, I was actually asked to write 5 poems about being blind. I said yes, kind of like a challenge. I'm not blind. I'm only using my glasses for reading. And then when asked when they were needed for, I was told, oh, 2 days will do. So I did it, and they're all quite short. They were never used, by the way. So first one's called Unseen. You think you see everything, knowing better than those who hold a white stick. You see the purple sunrise over the mountains in the distance, but you're not aware of the world within your reach. So who are you to preach from your lofty towers about us and ours? What we need and dream of is the same as all, and we have less distance to fall than you from your high and mighty perch, searching for adoration, not knowing the situation. If you alter the path we walk, who are you to talk? It's all political squawk like the parrots in the trees. They see, but they also hear and sense their familiar surrounds, like we do on the ground, knowing our way around, avoiding things we know but cannot see, unlike you, who only sees what you want to see. Percussive. I feel the heat of the sun on my face and smell the wet leaves underfoot. Hear the birds chip in the trees. Know the feel of sand filtering through my fingertips, and can hold 2 sticks in my hand and hit the drum and feel the strum of the bass, as long as everything is in the proper place. The rhythm flows through me. I don't need to see to know how to create the beat. Dear stained glass, roadwork outside my house, pavement dug up, holes in the ground, despite the sun shining, trapped, sapped of energy, crying against the window I can't see out of. Not dead, just resting. Although I may never see your beauty, I spend much time smelling summer flowers, glorious sense, time well spent, all those sunshine hours. Now your head is drooping, I'm told, and your bold colours frosting. The perfume you offer, gone for now, not dead, just resting. This final one in this selection is called Mine. I remember the explosion, the noise reverberating everything, then me flying through the air, the pain when landing. I still feel it today. Then the silence, the ringing in my ears, feeling wetness on my face, but darkness, absolute darkness. I open my eyes. I try, at least I try. I cry. I feel tears mixed with the warmth of the blood. And at least I live. The sound returned to my ears. Sometimes I feel grateful for that. My school friend never survived the mine. In time, I may feel I may miss her less. Blessed am I still to be here. Sightless, but still here. Remembering the remnants of the war that tore our lives apart. The aching in my heart, destructed by a foe long gone. Well, this one, this one actually wrote for my mother's funeral. She's nearly 94 and still alive and still driving, but she is ill. So it's called The Orphan. I am now an orphan. You're never too old to be an orphan, but no one wants to be one. But one I am. I know there are no rules in the universe, just as there are no rules about grief. And at this moment, my soul has the flu. My mind has no idea what to do. There are no clues in life about how to be an orphan, just as there are no age limits to be in one. How strange when at this time of my life, you end up being the eldest, the senior, what was once called the head of the family. Strange feeling. Recalling when my father's mother died, he sighed and said, I am the eldest now. He said nothing else. I let that sink in. Nodus tollens, nodus tollens. When he passed some years after his mother, that thought still lingered, triggering memories, still not applicable to me, kept for another day. And that day is now, as now I am an orphan. Right, yeah, I write a lot of poems about being the age I am. I love being the age I am. And it's kind of where started where the book a couple of years ago called Ache in the Places I Used to Play came out. And this is one similar. It's called Uncompromised. I've been a long time in this trail, never trying to be catalogued, boxed, predictive, never shy of change, never sure what I'm going to say next, where the inspiration comes from. That remains a paradox, a mystery, even to me. A word, a thought, a TV program. Yes, I do watch telly. Often the stranger, the better. I'm proudly Scottish, but I rarely write Scottish. I'm proudly Northeast, but rarely write Doric. And I have travelled far and wide, but rarely write about that, for they are my memories. My hot air balloon trips, my submarine trips, my nearly being thrown off the back of a joyously independent elephant. They are stories I've told, not poetry or prose to share. But I will, unfiltered, stick up for natural human rights against the unnatural human right wing. I will support my brothers and sisters out there because I can. And if you don't want to listen, that's your choice. It's not a free world anymore, regardless what you may think. But labels and categories don't interest me. Sweeping generalizations, pass on, please. Are not needed in this space, this place, this time. I'm always willing to work with you, write with you, for free. There, I've said it, for free. A swear word in the land of the spoken word. It's not my job, it's my life. But if you want to support me, then that's fine. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here, staying here, flexible, open to change. Yes, uncompromising, unfiltered, that also. Uneducated in the art of poetry, of writing, but not of caring and sharing. I am me. I am not a number. I do not have a box. I do not want a box. Right, okay. This is called Hiding in Plain Sight. I found solace in solitude, comfort in company. I saw Cohen smile once, maybe even laugh. On TV, he told a joke. Caveat emptor, I cry. And then I am here, where I've always been. It's not my fault nor my problem if you haven't seen me before. I'm not hiding behind a door. I'm standing in the middle of the floor. Here I am. And I didn't know whether to watch a Salinger documentary or a Dylan one, so I watched neither and made dinner instead. Stuffed peppers and cheese. Vegan cheese, if you please. Well, if you don't, well, it matters not. Your negativity has no impact on my life, and I won't change who I am. Here I am. You're not impressed? I wouldn't have guessed. Yep, you're a tough cookie then, or you pretend to be. I don't set out to be the kingpin. I leave that to others. I'm not bothered. I have my place, my space, my pace. Here I am. To be in the situation I am, knowing the people I know, doing this spot, this show. Being asked to come and talk is fine. Where a few years back seemed like a lifetime ago. I couldn't go. I can't ask for more, you know. You know where to find me. Here I am. So today I am thoughtful, grateful, and glad. I heard your words. I saw your smile. I understood. I know what I need. Know what I know. Know what you need when I need to know. My dinner is eaten. The TV is still off. I have no idea what John or Bob did, but I know what I did and where I went. Here I am. Right. Thank you. In this book, there are several poems that I've written with other people, some just by me posting a few lines on Facebook and asking others to add bits in the comment. But this one, however, was written by just replying to each other's comments on a post about something or other a few years ago. So, Brother Rick's get started off. It's called Renewing Your Poetic License. On you go.
I've got the Joycean addenda. I don't even have to use common words. With Lewis Carroll's certification, and I always get the E. E. Cummings capitalization qualification.
It's well worth the extra 50 cents. You get free usage of semicolons and Oxford Commons if you renew within 2 days of receiving the reminder.
Oxford commas. I hardly use them. I should get a refund.
It can be carried forward indefinitely.
Is there interest? I could carry the interest as long as I lift with my legs. It could be tiring, you must admit, if you'd admit to anything.
Long gone are the legs of youth. Forsooth, you cry, not I, before taking the elevator instead of the stairs. The head says one thing, the body another. There are days when you say, why bother? But bother you do, bother you must, or else the brain will turn to mush. Write, and write well. Poetry, prose, stories, sonnets, and villanelle. Tell the dads and mammas, long live the Oxford comma.
Splendid! My rejoinder must wait. No, not a ton, son of a gun. Not a weakling leaking spell. This much I can tell. But your challenge to litter it, since I would seem considerate, give me a day to compose what I must say in response. I say, as an excuse, or at least a ruse.
I have no wish to put a full stop to this work. To do so, I'd be a jerk. Right away at your will, pick up the pen or the digital quill.
Writing on writing can be sort of frightening. What judgment might be offered?
What coinage should be offered when a rejoinder's spoilage coffered? Should I boldly bray about metaphor I've sent, recoiling, roiling through the day? Should I shout Hosanna at the manna fallen from a well-rhymed verse, from a rhyme well versed in time? But, my friend, how could this but marry like a curry cooked in a pamphlet or book?
I find your wit well tuned. Towards February or June, I enjoy our jest well and sprightly, with such well-mouthed tones I'd enjoy even nightly. I spect those guests whom you ferry through those streets must be made merry by your well-framed jest and tartly aimed jibes, regardless are they Mohican or Germanic tribes.
Yeah, but back to Oxford commas. I would use a comma where my mamma, sister, wife, because of merriment, but I must ask a small deferment in this pause, pass, passage, paragraph, if I hope to make you laugh. But cab, trolley, train, car, or funicular might place me near or journey me far, but I only ask this small boon, benefit, gift, bonus. Should you tarry, I will all the way to the dockside, boat dock, wharf and carry, when I off the edge should lolly.
Gather unto your pouch your pen, your journal, and your slouch, that we might with the semi-literate barter, when at last, my friend, the truth is, we are smarter than the starter gun report, and like a dragon start up with a snort.
'Tis thus. The much maligned punctuation is given such a lowly station, perhaps hindered in its usage by rival university town, Cambridge feeling lost, forlorn, and very, very down. So I say this, I say it loud, don't let the virtuous Oxford comma disappear, the way of percontration marks and therefore dots and other punctuation we have forgot. Tilde, caret, pipe, the N dash, the M, and angle bracket, gone or going. Now, there's a racket. Thank you. Well, it's a short one. This one's called The Space. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, brother. Lost my voice in that, but thank you. Space between. Your eyes only see the space between, not where all the stars have been. The gaps between the planets lie, hidden from the naked eye, a multitude so diverse, the view from our tiny universe, as atoms and lights and aeons disperse, and we, in fixed movement traverse. We stand and stare up at the sky, where rockets and satellites fly, and your eyes only see the space between, not where all the stars have been. Right, I've got two more. This last one is I've only read this one twice. Thank you. This is the last poem in the book, and it is about the title too. It's basically is my family tree back so far, and I found more after that, which I'll put in the chat. So this one's called A Short Piece About a Long Line, Just a Northeast loon. Now, loon is Northeast Scotland's word for a boy, loon. I'm not my mum's mum chum. She was lying gone, long gone when I came along. But my mum's mum was strict and dour. How strict, I can't be sure. As I said, she had died before I arrived. My mum's dad I never knew either, but he was a Christian, therefore a believer. A minister turned bad. He shot a joiner from Cults, poor lad. It was his second offence, and next we find he's in Sri Lanka, where one of his sons was attacked by a lama, the religious kind. I move over to my father's tree. There are 3 generations below me. And my mum's dad had a very long line. It goes back to a 3-digit time. My dad was called Billy, his mother was Nellie, deaf as a post and small as a jelly, and just as nice. And her father looked like Gary Lineker, but his given name was John. But when my dad was born, John too had long gone. Preceding him was another John, then Alexander, Jane, Isabel, Arthur, William, Arthur, Lucretia, really. John again, a different one, obviously. James, then 6, count them 6. Alexanders, fathers and son. Alexander, 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 Alexander. Elizabeth, Robert, and William. Edward, William, but that's not one person. John, another. Hervins, yeah, Hervins. He was from Belgium. Does that mean I get a European passport? Probably not. Edda, I'm not hesitating. It's mother and daughter. Then, sorry to keep you waiting. Simon, the first Fraser in Scotland. Gilbert, Margaret, Walter. Before him was Alan, whose dad name was Banco. His mother was Moldavina Virch, Fetus of Arnold, whatever that means. Born at the start of the last millennium. I digress. So Kenneth after Fergard, whose wife was from Norway, then Dior, who married a Northumbrian princess. Getting closer to the end of my tree, the end, you see, or the beginning of my family tree, with A.D. spelt A-E-D, whose father was Kenneth MacAlpin, first king of the Scots, and that is nearly the lot. For he, the king, in Iona lies, dead since 0859. His father, Alpin, lived in until either 96 or 53, depending which record you see. But top of the tree, Jochich Poisonous, Pictish king of Kintyre. He's my 40th great-granddad. From Fordun he came in Aberdeenshire. And generation 46 in my line, a northeast loon, like me and my kind. Thank you. I'm going to finish this one with this. Thank you very much. That I wrote the other day. This is the poem that Teresa was speaking about, called Act My Age. And I actually wrote this because I'm taking a couple of months next spring off from doing like a boat from the blue. I'm going to try and work on another project called Act My Age. So, Act My Age. When I was young, I played in the dirt. Post-war babies. No harm done. Outside in the sun, dusty fun where kids belonged. 10-horse pedal car round the block. Preschool. School. Now there's a different place. Unused and shy. I took a tray of plasticine instead of just one. And listened to the radio with my classmates. Long corridor in the corrugated metal huts. Moved up a class, they said, and I did. The big black bird on the playing field, lists of boats and talking of parachutes before moving on to my happy childhood and unhappy adolescence. Let us not compare pasts, as nostalgia holds no sway in my heart or head. The past is dead, lived in, outlived, nothing left to give. The language we talk, I talk, have talked, will talk, is the whisper of a scream, the dreams of thoughts unfulfilled without regret. I could have gone to Australia, but I avoided another war, not knowing that wars never cease. At least I have peace in my spent age as I act my age, which is no age, just as I am, until I am no more. The end.